guys, I am here with Thomas McIntyre Schultz from Volvo, who's going to talk to us about charging our vehicles. Thomas, we talked about this earlier today, and I have so many friends and readers who send me messages and they say, I love these Volvo cars, but I'm freaked out about charging it. And at first I was like, oh, just suck it up and stick it in, you'll be fine. But then I realized this is actually scary because you're worried that you're going to hurt your car or you're going to screw something up, or if you're at a public charger, it's going to charge you $10 million. So we're here in a mock-up of a private garage with the new C40 Recharge, and I'm hoping you can talk me through the real basics of charging a Volvo.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I do understand the fear. It's a mindset, it's a lifestyle shift when you go to an EV and you're charging instead of, fueling it with gas. So let's talk about charging.
Yay! Great. So first, the C40 Recharge is fully electric.
Fully electric.
Comes with 3 years of complimentary charging. Is that correct?
It comes with 250 kilowatt hours of charging through the Electrify America network.
Electrify America. Okay, so that's important. But that is free charging, which is really nice,
yes.
Right? Okay. And if you have, in terms of home charging, isn't there some kind of deal with ChargePoint? Is there?
Yes, so we have these Volvo ChargePoint branded chargers, and these are obviously available to purchase through our retail network. And we also work with a company called Q Merit to help you find the right local installers and get these chargers not only to your door, but then plugged in and working.
Fantastic. Okay, so now that we figured out where you're going to charge, let's talk about how you're going to do it. If you're at home, obviously, hopefully you would know a little bit about how to do it, but let's just talk about what level would a home charger be considered? Because everybody talks about levels, level 1, level 2, DC, blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely. So what we're looking at right here is a level 2 home charger.
Okay.
So this is basically sort of the top of the line that you'd be doing in your home. That is to say, it's the fastest, most robust system that you would install in your garage or driveway.
Got it.
Level 3 then, of course, is the DC fast charging that you're going to find at places like Starbucks between Denver and Seattle.
Nice plug.
Thank you. And so that's going to get you, really, really quickly charged. This car can do 0 to 80% in about 38 minutes.
Nice.
This one is more because you're at home, you don't need that really intense fast charging because you're typically, coming in for the night or you're coming in for the morning or whatever it is. And so even if you come in at 0%, a level 2 charger like this is going to fill this car up in about 8 hours to 100%. And so every morning you're leaving the house fully charged.
And that will give you 223, something like that?
226 miles of range.
226 miles of range. But you recommend, this is a little detail, but they recommend you only charge up to 90%, right?
Yes. Basically, for the health of the battery, it's better to set your charging limit, which you can do in the car, at 90% as I recommended. You can obviously set it lower or higher. Okay. And then we just recommend if you know you're going on a long trip or something, up that limit to 100 before you set out, and you're good to go.
Okay, great, great. Okay, so, but would you ever find a level 2 charger in, say, a parking lot or something like that, right? So you do see things like this, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually probably mostly what you see in terms of public charging right now. This is a lot of places like hotels or banks or something. They'll put these in because it's real easy to just plug it in quickly when you're stopping by for a hotel overnight, but a bank, maybe you're going in for half an hour, 60 minutes, and it's just nice to get all top up.
Okay, great. So let's take a look at this. So, because this is what I do. I drive press cars and sometimes they're electric, and to know whether or not it's the right charger, I go, oh, how many prongs does it have, right? It's kind of like what you do with the phone charger, like, oh, is that the right one? So this has 5, so that's a level 2, right? So that's kind of how that's gonna look.
So this is really related to the car, because this is the part that connects to the car.
Yeah.
And so this is, not to get too technical, but it is a J1772 charger, but in layman's terms, this is what most electric cars are going to use and most of what you're going to see around. Separately, there's Tesla, who have their own proprietary system, and then there's the CHAdeMO, which is used, I think, only by Nissan Leaf.
Yeah.
But these are the vast majority of
see most
public
of the time,
and private chargers.
So you can't charge with the Leaf, and you can't charge at a Tesla charging station.
Not without an adapter.
Right, not without an adapter. Okay, that makes sense. So that's also good for you to know. If your mate has a Tesla or a Leaf, you aren't necessarily going to be able to charge the same without an adapter. right?
Exactly.
Okay, so another thing that gets scary is, you know, when I'm used to filling up, I open up the fuel port, whatever the hell this is called, and I look at this and I'm like, I'm scared. So what about this button? I mean, how easy is this? Talk us through it, and you do it, because if somebody's going to blow up this car, I'm going to have it be a Volvo employee.
Well, I'm not going to blow it up because it's super simple.
Okay.
So really, you know, you've got this sort of handle. It almost is a little bit like a gas nozzle.
Yeah.
All you're going to do is just stick it in there. This button you actually don't need to press, but it's going to help you hear that click to know that you're in. So we just heard that click.
Great.
Then you have a little light over here.
Yeah,
that's
I see
gonna
a
turn,
green light.
Yeah, it's sort of yellowish green now.
Yep.
And then it's going to turn green when it's begun charging.
Fantastic.
Simple as that.
And then in this car, if you have a ChargePoint app, it's probably going to, or the Volvo app, it's probably going to tell you on your phone how much it's charging.
Yes, so the Volvo Cars app is going to keep track of your charging for you, of course, and then you can also just peek inside at the DIMM, and that's going to tell you your charging status as well.
Great, 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 great. And then if it's time to go, or it hasn't been 8 hours, and I realized I forgot gravy, and I have to go to the grocery store, how am I going to get this? I can't just pull.
No.
How am I getting this thing out?
So on this car, what you're going to do first is press this little plug icon for the car to release. It's going to flash. You hear that little click. Now we're green, good to release. Press this down, pull it out, all done.
Okay, that was easy.
Easy enough.
How can you screw, I mean, people can screw things up. I could probably screw this up if I really tried. What are mistakes you see people make?
Mistakes that people make. I think probably the biggest mistake people, you know, they put the charger in and they think they go on their day and they go, great, my car's gonna be fully charged when I get back. And what they didn't do is really put it in all the way, wait for that click, wait for the confirmation from the car that says, hey, I'm connected, I'm good, I'm getting the power. And then they come back and, you know, they haven't added any power and they're a little disappointed.
Yeah, okay, great. And then what about the people that own the plug-in hybrids? I love those T8s, I love the XC90, and right now my press car is the S90, which is just so beautiful, especially with that plug-in hybrid engine. But is the process the same for a plug-in hybrid versus an all-electric vehicle?
Yeah, so this is the beauty. This can go into your plug-in hybrid Volvo Recharge model or your full electric Volvo Recharge model. So I know you're obviously going to buy two tomorrow, right? Yeah. So your S90 T8, the plug-in hybrid, will use this, as will your C40 Recharge. The one difference is that these fully electric Volvos can take that level 3 charging, the DC fast charging, that your plug-in hybrid will
cannot take.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
And that's down here. So for DC fast charging, you would remove this because it adds these extra 2 ports down below and it will have an even bigger charging port.
Got it, got it. Oh, that's great to know. Okay, so this is for the fast charging only.
Exactly, so that you leave this in unless you're at one of those DC fast chargers.
Okay, that's terrific. All right, that is really helpful. I actually feel better about charging now.
I'm so happy to hear that.
It was kind of stressing me out. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have questions about this, because I know you do, because I'm getting your texts and I'm getting your messages on my blog, just put them in the comments. I will answer them. And if it's above my pay grade, I'll ask this guy or somebody who's an expert, okay? Thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Thomas.
Thank you.